high is 1179. Signs a record multi-million-dollar contract. Okay, that's a good catalyst. All-time highs at 12. So that's kind of interesting because if it breaks that level, it certainly has room to go. But the volume is only 61,000 shares. So it's up 42% right now, which is not bad. I would say if it breaks over 12, I'd be interested. So I can just have an order at 12, and by the time it gets to that level, it'll be certainly more expensive. But COHN, I'm long COHN here at 20. I'm going to just try to take this break. You can see how it pulled back and then popped up. So over 21 would be an add. My target on this would be a retest of the high a day. So watching COHN through 2250. So I'm going to put an order at 2250 on this to add. And then if it breaks that level, then the back of mind target would be a squeeze realistically up towards 23, 24, 25. So let's watch the high of this candle's 2148. So 2150 is my next add. Added at 2140 right there. I'm looking now for 22. And then a squeeze through the pre-market highs, which is 2250. So watch over 22 for an add. Watching, added right there at 22. So I'm in this at $20.65. That's my average cost. And I want to see this rip through 2250. Through 2250, then up towards 23. So we can see it opening up a bit here. Watch over 2225. High is 2225. We got 1.6 million shares of volume, which is pretty good. There you go, 2275. So that's almost $2 a share from $20.65, which is my cost basis. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hold right now. I'm holding 3,600 shares. The high is 2275. And I'm going to put an order at 23. Well, it's broken through 23. So now I'm just going to let it squeeze. And once it starts to form a 1 minute pullback, that's where I would look to add. $3 a share would be pretty impressive, but we'll see what it does. So we've got a high now of, what is this, 23.47. So this is a dip right now. I want to see whether it holds 22. Watching down here. So again, I'm in at $20.65. So now I'm up only $1 a share as it pulls back a little bit. The high there is 23.47. It's a red doji, but fortunately on lighter volume. So I'm going to watch for a dip trade. The high is 23.47. So this was the first 5 minute candle to make a new high. It broke right here to 20. It then did a 1 minute pullback, and then that was the entry, the break of 20. So right now I'm still holding 1,800 shares, and I'm going to give it a second to consolidate. What we have going for us is increasing volume right here. This is the first 1 minute pullback. Typically, the first 1 minute pullback gets bought up. So this candle has a high of 22.75. So I'm long there. I just added for the break back over 23. So I'm looking for the rip through 23 and then up through the highs. And I'd like to see a test of 24. So my cost basis has now moved up to 22.28. So the high of this candle right there is 23.80. So 23.80 would be an add. Watching. Added right there, 22.20 to anticipate the break through the $0.50. And now I'm looking for this to squeeze up to 24. So I'm looking for that break of 23.50 and then a test of 24. I'm holding 3,000 shares at 22.47. So my cost basis has moved up a little bit. So what I typically do on those type of breakouts is I add, then I sell, then I add back, then I sell. So I scale in, I scale out. I scale back in, I scale back out. High of this candle now is 23.80, so I put my new order at the high. I could just move it up from 23.80 to 24. So we still have 8 minutes to the bell. That was the first 1 minute candle to make a new high. Decreasing volume on that candle is a little bit of something to be cautious of. I sold the rest at 22.50 for right now, which is break even. So I'll let it pull back. The low back here was 21.55, so I might put an order at like 21.55 to do a dip trade on it. But this might set up a 5 minute pattern, and then we could have another trade at the open. So I'm green on COHN, I'm red on UONE, and we've got about 7 minutes to the bell. This one's one that's gonna tie up a little bit of buying power because it's a more expensive stock. Let's look back at UONE for a second while this pulls back. So again, hang on, I want to draw this. Just want to watch it down here. I was going to watch down here to see if we get a bounce, a double bottom. The only problem is that it's a red topping tail on the 5 minute at the moment. So I think the best case would be that it bounces back up towards 23. I don't know that it goes back through the highs on a dip trade down here, but that's support. So 21.55 is definitely support. If it breaks, then obviously it's breaking support. That's weakness. But if it holds, then that's a possible safe entry. So yes, I agree, decreasing volume is not ideal. High the last 1 minute candle's 22.28. That's 75 cents off the low. So I don't think I'm going to take that. I'm going to wait. So when stocks are really wild like COHN and UONE, I usually end up using 50-cent stops. So I set my stops farther out, which carries more risk. I mean, the risk there is that if I am wrong, I'm losing 50 cents a share. And with 2,000 shares, or whatever it is, it could be $1,000. So this is coming back down here. I'm watching. I got a starter at 21. So I just bought that dip at $21. I got a nice starter on that. Now I want to see the first candle to make a new high. Now that I'm already in with a starter, I can add, and that would be over 22.30. Just add right there, 22.30. Okay, so now I look for this to retest 23. Over $23, then I would be willing to add again for a breakthrough 23.50 and 24. So watching up here, 22.67, I want to see 20. There's 75. There we go. There's a nice break. So that's what I wanted to see. Now the next target's 23.50. So let's see if we get a squeeze up to 23.50. Hands on the buy button. Watching the level 2. Watching. Adding right there at 23 for the break at 23.25. And then I want to see 23.50. So there's 23.30. Our pre-market high right now is 23.80. So I'm going to put an order at, again, 24 for the next trade. So that was a dip entry. It broke support, and then I bought that dip, which I often like to do. The new high is 23.29. So I'm going to let this pull back for a second. I just added right there, 23.30. And now I'm looking for this to break through 23.50 and then squeeze to $24. So this is obviously showing a lot of strength right now. So watching to add over 23.50. Watching 23.19 on the ask, 25 added right there. Now I'm looking for this to squeeze through 24, and the back of my target would be 24.50, the $0.50. So I'm still holding my full position, looking for this to break through $24. Micro pullback, and then a quick trade through 24, watching, adding right there for the break through 24, trying to be aggressive on this, wanting to ride this momentum as much as possible. So the next level is 23 at, let's see, what is it, 24.50 or so. Let's see what this does. I'll let it pull back for a second. I'll say that this one is a little hard to get out on the ask. So that's a little bit of a rejection off of 24. I'm still holding at 23.02, 1,600 shares. We've got 2.5 minutes to the bell. I didn't sell any over 24, which is kind of a bummer, but sometimes that happens. All right, so at this point we have, it's a little extended, but I still think at the open is worth watching. I'm still holding 1,600 shares. I have to decide whether I'm going to add on this dip down here. Again, I'm going to put up my disclaimer for those on YouTube and Facebook, so you guys can see my disclaimer there. Watching dip trades. So still holding at 23.02, 1,600 shares. So I'm a little bit red on that position, but what I'm kind of thinking is out of the gates. I mean, I could be wrong. I want to let the market open and see what happens, but I'm thinking out of the gates we might dip down for a second. You might have a little bit of profit taking and then a surge, and it may or may not squeeze into a halt. I'm not sure. So I'm cutting the loss because I don't want to hold into the open. So I cut the loss there at 22. So I lost 1,600 off the top. And now we're coming back down to this kind of double bottom. 1950 is the 200. Sorry, the VWAP. Again, it's not, I don't like to be usually holding from pre-market into the open, because sometimes these will open and all of a sudden they open at like $14 because there's an imbalance. Someone has a big sell order. This has two red flags. One is this doji here, and the second one is this topping tail. So the fact that it didn't hold 24 is not ideal, but I think we could still get a dip trade off of 1950. So I'm going to put my order down here, and I've got my Shift 1 hotkeys ready to go. So thank you guys for tuning in. Remember to be smart in the way you trade. Manage your risk. High the last 1 minute candle is 21.30. So I'm going to put my order at 21.30. So I got a starter right there at 21. And I'm looking for this to squeeze into a halt at 22. Halt levels at 22. So I'm just going to hold this right now. And then I'm going to put my next order at 24. So as soon as the bell rang, I was pressing the buy button. So I got filled at, let's see, where was my fill? $20.80, $20.72, and $20.80, and no fill going into the halt. What was the open? The open was 20.75. The low was 19.76. So it did dip a little bit, but I'm going to look for this to gap out of the halt and then try to trade this up through 24. Retest to 24, and then, again, based on the action we've seen on some of these others, we might see a nice move. So UONE, watching this, I just took a long on UONE for a dip trade. I'm long at 37.50. I'm trying to do a red to green on it because it didn't do a secondary offering pre-market. So I'm in at 37.50. High a day is 41, regular trading hours. Over 41 is a possible add on UONE. Watching, still holding full size, 37.50. There's a halt, 42.50. I'm going to sell 500 shares. Sold another 250. I'm holding 125 shares now. So that was, so here's the thing, if you recall, I did not want to be, MOBL. And I'm going to I'm going to sell the rest of it, 43.12. I don't really want to hold this one into a halt. So that was with 1,000 shares, $4,883 of profit. With just 1,000 shares. In at 37.50 and selling as it squeezed up. So this is what I liked about the stock. It sold off. There wasn't a secondary offering pre-market. The bell rang, dip, and then buying the dip. BYFC, I talked about this one earlier. I was a little concerned about the way the pre-market had faded, but BYFC, clearly, it's halted now. So you now have 3 stocks halted. Wildcard Friday, right?
SSP,
UONEK,
UONE, SBBP.
Halted as well. That's a 4th stock halted. OPHC hitting the scanners. This one has a high the other day of 540. That's the level it needs to break. That's a nice red to green move. So I look for that over 5. BBGI hitting scans. SHLL also hitting scans. So UONE, I didn't want to hold into the halt just because it was just up $5 a share. Too much risk. It's at the VWAP. MDIA, let's pull this one up. Light volume on this, only 100,000 shares. I don't see a news catalyst, but I would presume that there is one. But I mean, maybe that's. Well, it's only up 14% actually. So switch back to COHN. All right, so COHN, I'm going to put my order on this one at $23. I'm going to put it at $23.50. So I'm going to look to add coming out at $23.50. I'm going to look to add coming out of the halt for another squeeze up. I want to get a retest of 24. OPHC, nice. CCHI, also nice.
BHC. SSP.
So I promised you if we got 5,000 likes on the last video that I would do this live stream. So you guys got the 5,000 likes. You're getting the live stream. Give me the likes here. Give me the thumbs up if you want me to do this again at some point next week. All right.
PT.
I would just... all right. So let's see. Wildcard Friday. So how much time do we have till COHN resumes? It halted basically instantly. So resumption is going to be about 20 seconds away. So I'm going to look to add on resumption. And if it goes right into another halt, then that's going to be a perfect scenario. If it doesn't, then I'll probably look to take profit and then look for the next dip to buy the dip. And I'm still going to be looking for that move up to 24. So watching resumption here. Hands on the buy button. Halted at 22. Watching. No resumption yet. So it looks like it's going to be a 10-minute long halt. That means it's... I'm just going to keep watching it for a second. Usually 10-minute long halts open higher. All right. UONE. Resumption on this one is going to be in about a minute. OPHC. 1 minute pullback under 5. So OPHC... a break of 5 would be a setup. Dipping down there a little bit. Bounce off VWAP is also a setup. VWAP is at 44. IMRN. Squeezing up. IMRN I'm going to keep an eye on. Over here, IMRN. And I'm going to watch UONE. On resumption. So it halted at 43. I'm showing 44 right now for resumption. UONE, I'm going to look to buy dips, and I'm just going to try to ride the momentum. So if short sellers get squeezed out, you know, that's what happens, I guess. So I want to get a dip on it. I'm not in it right now. I sold UONE, remember, going into the halt. So now I'm going to have to look for my next entry. Watching. I'm long right there. Partial fill. Sold half, 46.50. I'm in at 44.89. Sold the rest right now. I'm going to look now for a dip trade down towards 40.44. Watch this. Look for a pullback. I just added right there, 44. Now I'm trying to buy this dip and catch a squeeze back up over 45. Over 46 is an add. Watch 46. Add it at 46.50. Looking for the break of 47. The next halt level, 48. Adding at 47.80. I'm going to try to ride this momentum up to $50. Watch over 47.80. There's 48. I'm holding 6,000 shares at 45. Watching. Taking profit off the table, that's $32,000 in profit. There's $50. The high right now is $50.80, waiting for a pullback. I'm still holding 363 shares at $45.
PT.
51.24 is the halt level. I sold too soon, but you know what? That's okay.
BYFC.
Pre-market high on this is 54. Let's wait for a dip. Wait for a dip. So you can see right here, this is where I'm holding. I'm in 45.17. There's $34,000 in profit. So let's watch this for a dip trade. I sold the rest of my position. Now I'm going to look for a dip down here, watching. Just got a starter there at 49.73. Trying to buy that dip. I want to see if it's going to pop back up over 50. Holding 2,000 shares. Looking for the pop back up over $50. 49.49. Added right there at 50. 1 minute pullback over 52 is another add. Watching. Added right there 51. Looking for 52, 53. Hands on the buy button over 52. Watching. Looking for that squeeze up through the high. Added right there. Break of 52. There's 53. Selling half, 54. Watching. I'm still holding at 50.94. Looking for dip trades now. Adding right there, $50.70. Just bought that dip. Now looking for this to rip up over 54. Hands on the buy button over 54. Try to catch the break of 54, 55. Adding right there. Looking for this to go into a halt. 54.16. Watch over 54. I want to see it break 54 and then go to 55. Still holding right now. Looking for the break of 54. Giving it a second to dip down. Watching. COHN. Still holding. Watching COHN. Added on COHN for the break of 24. UONE. Watching on the dip right here. Added on UONE. 47.99. Adding on that dip. Trying to be aggressive. Watch UONE right through here. I'm going to add if it breaks 49.50. Watching. Hands on the buy button. Nope, so I'm going to be holding that into the halt. That's okay. I'll look to add coming out of the halt. I've got 3,800 shares. COHN. Watching down here. On resumption from the halt, I'll try to buy a dip. Wow. Wow. I'm sitting up $90,000 right now. Unreal. 51,000 on COHN, 39,000 on UONE. I am holding into a halt going down, but I'm going to try to buy both of them on dips on resumption. That's 10 minutes of trading. crazy. All right, so the game plan here on these is to buy dips. So COHN off of 19. I'm going to put an order on this one. The halt was 21, so I'm going to put an order at $20.50 on COHN. And on UONE, I'm going to put an order on this one to add, I'm going to do 4,000 shares. I'm going to do 40, 45. Because what I'm thinking is that it's bounce off the VWAP. So I don't think it's done yet. I just think it's really volatile. All right, so the first resumption, and I'm actually showing 45.99, 45 as the resumption. So I'm going to look to add on that, try to catch a pop back up towards 50. I mean, the high right here is 54.15. It's a double top against the pre-market high, almost to the penny. So ultimately, we're going to need consolidation under this level, and then if it can break that level, then that's going to be pretty crazy. All right, so let's see. Halt time was 40.57. Resumption is going to be 45.57. Hang on one second. I'm just going to refill my water. IMRN, that looks good too. Okay, so let's see. So we've got about 1 minute to resumption on UONE. So I'm going to do a 10-second chart on this so you guys can see how volatile it's going to be on resumption. I'm showing a quote at 46 right now, so I'm going to move my order up to 46. So I want to buy on the resumption and catch that pop back up. That's what I'm looking for on UONE. So it halted at 44.90. Resumption is going to be in about 20 seconds. I could put out profit target around break even. So let's watch this here. Hands on the buy button to buy the dip. Watching resumption. Orders at 46 to buy. So I didn't get my dip trade didn't get filled. It opened too high. So now the high right there is 49.69. COHN, watching. COHN, same thing. Huh. Bummer. I sold the 3,000 shares I was holding. COHN down here is a possible long. I'm going to put an order at 1860 in case it does a false halt. Hands on the buy button. COHN looks like it's going to be a real halt. So now UONE looks like a break below this support level right down here of 44.90 could give us another drop going down. High there, a little bit of resistance at 48. If it breaks over 48, that's a possible long. Watch 48.
BBGI, 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 BBGI.
I'm long right there for the break of 48. There's 48.90. I want to see this rip back up towards 50, and over 50 would be an add. Watching over 49. Hands on the buy button for the break of 49. Watch. We want to see 48.75. There's 48.80. I want to see 49. Choppy. Sold. I'm going to look to do a dip trade. Added at 40.91 for a dip. Tried to do a dip trade down there, so I'm long, looking for the break back over 47. We've got 47 on the ask. I want to see it rip through 47. Then up to 47.25. I just try to keep catching these dip trades on this. Still holding 1,300 shares.
BBGI.
I'll say that this one is hard to sell on the ask. I sold the rest for now. So I've given back a little bit of profit. This is where I sit right now. $87,000 on the day. I gave back a little bit on UONE. I was up 90, but that was when I was holding into this halt going down. So I recovered most of the loss, not all of it. I was down unrealized 26,000. I bought the dip, or I tried to. I didn't get filled, but it popped back up and I got out for about, I don't know, $4,000 loss. So I was holding from 3,000 shares, whatever it was, 49. So it dropped down here, it popped back up, switch back to the 1 minute chart. So day trading and making this kind of money is not without risk. What's the next level in play? The 1 minute is so choppy. You've clearly got support down here at 44.90. If it broke over 50, but I think maybe we need to wait for the first 5 minute candle to make a new high. So the high of the last 5 minute candles, 49.74. But you've got such a huge spread. So high of that last 1 minute was 48.70. COHN resumption is going to be, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
WK.
Oh, sometimes they go without you. This one's going without me. First 5 minute candle, make a new setup, make a new high. That's what I wanted. The high there, 51. Now back down to a low of 46. Oh, what a range. All right, COHN, let's watch this one on resumption. It halted going down at 1849. Resumption is going to be in about 30 seconds. So when I miss a trade, I feel frustrated just like anyone else, and I have to say I gotta wait for the next entry. But I'm watching right now COHN on resumption. Double bottom would be right here, 18. So I'm gonna put an order at 1860 on COHN. 3,000 share starter. Watching. I'm long, 1849,
OXBR.
1853. Looking for that. Look at that. Unreal. I bought 8,000 shares. I'm in at 1853. And just like that, let's see. Well, back down. Hands on the buy button. Added at 1850 to catch a pop back up over 19. There's 1936. What a wild ride. This one's not for the faint of heart. Looking for the pop back over 19. There's 19. Is it going to break 19? Halt going down on UONE. I see that. Taking profit off the table on COHN as it squeezes a little higher there. And I sold the rest at 1850. That's $95,000. Now the new lows down here. The low is 1730, 1680. Watching. I'll take a starter right there. In at 1686. Right. Try to catch that pop. Look at that. Look at that volatility. You see that? That's $3,000 just like that. $98,000 profit. Let's crack 100K.
OXBR.
Once you learn level 2, when you've got this amount of volatility in the market, you can do incredibly well. So 98,000 at 9:53, 23 minutes into the day. The only difference between the way I'm trading right now, really, and December of last year, is that in December I was taking like 2 trades a day. Right now I've been averaging anywhere from 40 to 60 trades a day. And so 40, 60 trades, average winner of $1,000 each, $60,000. You get a couple nice ones like that are $3,000, they add up. It's a lot of base hits. I'm trading a lot more. It's not like one home run, it's just a lot more trades in general. So let's switch back to UONE. UONE, I'm not loving that false breakout on the 1 minute. Hopefully there was opportunity for anyone that took it to jump out with some profit. Remember last week when we were seeing that break of VWAP setup? So stocks initially kind of weak, they sold off, some of them halted going down, and then between 10 and 10:30 we were getting a break over the VWAP. If we got a break over the VWAP, then the target is a retest of the high a day, which in this case is like 2480. So high is 2440. So I'm going to use orange for my intraday level. Watching COHN. High of that last pop was 1860. I'm going to put an order around 19. I'm going to watch it here. I'm adding right there, added at 1850. I'm looking to ride this rip up to 1950. And then over 1950, adding right there for the break through 20. I'm trying to catch a break through the VWAP up over $20. Watch over 1975. Watching, still holding, looking to add over 1975. Added right there, looking for that break through 20. So I'm in at 1886, 11,000 shares. Back down there to break even. Adding at 19. Just added, looking for that pop back up to 20. Watching $20. 20 is the breakout spot. Added again right there for the breakthrough 20. Watching. Watching. Sold for now at 75. I'm going to look to add down here on dips again. It keeps coming up and tapping that level. When it breaks 20 though, we should get a nice move. So hands on the buy button, orders at 20. Resumption on UONE will be about 20 seconds away, but this one's kind of the one that is in focus right now. So let it dip down again. I'm long. I just bought right there. I'm in at 1909. Now I'm going to add for the break over, adding right here, 75, looking for that rip through $20. That was a 14,000 share trade. I'm in at 1920 and selling half at 2046. The rest, I'm still holding at 1920. Still holding now, just small size. $127,000 profit. The high rate there is 2045. UONE, I'm not sure. Sold the rest there, whatever. UONE, again, a dip, but it's below the VWAP. COHN. I'll keep watching. 18,000 share buyer at 18. Watching COHN down here. No fill. I tried, but no fill. UONE back down towards the low. The low was 42.43. UONE is just so volatile. Look at that. Halt going down is at 39.95. 38.95. So watch UONE down here. The low is 38.95. So what keeps happening? It keeps tapping that level, and when it halts going down, it pops back up. So you could have done a dip trade there. I hesitated. I missed it, but you could have done that if you wanted to. Yeah, I mean, ultimately you have to make the decision yourself. You can't follow me. If you felt confident on that, that would have been a nice dip from 39 or 40 back up to 41, 42. PPSI on the scanners. I'm still kind of just focused on these two. COHN and UONE have the most volume of the ones that I've been watching.
PPSI. BBGI. PPSI. 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 MDIA. SOM. PPSI. PPSI. SOM. PPSI. SOM. 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 CHCI, 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 CHCI. Som. 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 CHCI. Rail. 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 OTLK. 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 Rail. 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 OTLK. Rail. Rail. KLR. Fang. Fang. TNAV. CARV. Fang. Fang. New. 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 BBGI. 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 New. BBGI. 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 BBGI.